All right. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Oh, wow. Come on, families. Good morning, good afternoon.
Good morning, good afternoon.
It's good to see everybody again. Welcome to week 3. Week 3, we're going to be going over a few things that's going to be essential to early language and literacy. So we're going to be talking about that today. But before we get started, who have done their reading for the week?
I read.
You read.
Yay.
All right, Alicia. Tell me just a little glimpse. You can make up anything. Tell me a little glimpse of what you read.
I read about reading with care.
Reading with care. Reading with care. And what is care again?
It's a thing you do when you're reading, so it's more of an interaction.
Good. It's that thing we do when we're reading where it's more of an interaction. And we're going to talk about that today, and that's good. Thank you for sharing that with us. Anybody else did the readings? Y'all could just assume y'all did.
Yes.
You did it? All right. Wendy, give me something. What did you get from some of the reading?
How it's important to talk with your child while you're reading and to be animated.
That's right. The importance of talking to your child and be animated. Was that really a dog? Great. Oh, you saw it. What sound does a dog make? And just getting into it, helping them to bring that book to real life animation. Because technology is going to give them animation every time they sit down in front of an iPad, an iPhone, or the TV. But being able to read and bring that book alive is another thing. So thank you, Mindy.
I think you just channeled Andre for a little bit.
Hey, that's what I'm learning now. I told you. I'm going to learn your style, bro.
That was a very Andre.
Rebecca?
So, I had read so, it's just like when you are trying to, because our scholars, like, they're going to need to know how to read. And so, like I always have books around the house and, let me see, I had to write down, I'm trying to get it, but, like our scholars use a lot of words and, like I just try to talk to my scholar a lot and, because I know that, like, I really want to be helping them, so that they know different words and, because, like, it's important that, like, they feel good about, like, what we're doing.
Rebecca, you just captured it. Thank you so much. You captured it well. No, that's good. You want to have a variety of words that you talk to them with. So that way, they pick up more language with the way you're talking to them. You just got that. You know what? We could just close out. We're done for today. You did it. That's it. That's our lesson. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And that's what we're going to discuss today, is that early language and literacy and what we can do at home to build those skills up. So being able to come to our 1-year-old and say, "Good afternoon, Andwele. How are you today? Did you have a pleasant day at daycare today?" And just be able to offer that piece to them. Because even though they don't understand nothing we're saying, the phonetics and everything that we're doing for them, with exposing them to those words, is building their vocabulary and preparing them for success. So, you have anything to share, Sister Ayo? No? Okay. That's 25 push-ups for us. So everybody, make sure you write your name on your paper, and then I'm going to come around in a hat, and we're going to do a quick drum roll.
Got a big one. You're going to win for sure.
Yeah. That's a big piece of paper.
Alicia won last time, and then I think she won the time before.
Okay.
And so, like, I don't even know if I want to put my name in here because, like, what's the use?
The use is that if you never try, you won't know if you're going to win. So you you always at least put your effort in, so you at least have the opportunity.
I mean, is it fair though that like if the person who got it last time is in there again, you know?
I ain't gonna say it's more fair. I mean, everyone have the opportunity as long as you're doing reading. And we try to keep it fair by, you know, making sure that it's an equal process when we pick, but, you know, we'll go from there. Okay, just try. Just try. Thank you for doing the reading,
I'm not
though.
gonna get it anyway, I already know.
Okay.
I never get it.
Drum roll, Sister Ida.
It's okay, I know it's not gonna be me.
Rebecca! You were in the handshake of the day. Good job, good job, good job. You know, I should have brought some snacks or something like that.
You know what, I
Just more
really needed
lively.
that. I've been praying about this all week, so I just, you know.
You've been praying for that raffle, huh?
No, because you don't understand different things. I'm serious. I needed that. Thank you.
That's good, that's good, that's good. And there's little small moments like that that we need to take advantage of throughout our week and throughout our day to just lift our spirit up, you know? So, all right, thank you everybody for being on time. We're gonna go ahead and get started. So today we are learning about, again, early language and literacy. So for our agenda, I'm gonna briefly introduce the topic to y'all, get into the message and what I really want y'all to pull from today's activities. We're gonna do a quick activity called Backpack. And instead of calling it discussion, we're gonna reframe it into the Chop It Up session. So our Chop It Up session today is about our topic. Okay? Go ahead, share with the group, Rebecca.
Oh no, she was just saying that song, backpack. So, you know, my baby
took
likes
it back.
to
Yeah,
watch it.
I love Backpack. I used to watch Dora with my little kids also. I got a couple of video clips I want to show y'all so we could kind of discuss, and then we're going to go into, we're going to do our strategy. So what Mindy and Alicia talked about so well in the reading was care and how we bring care alive. So we're going to talk more in detail about that. Then we're going to do a share our book reading, and we're going to try to model that. You know, today I have a couple of books that we're going to get that experience of caring. And then you're also going to practice with our children today during practice time. And then we'll hear from our connector or our previous parent who was involved with the program before, and our reflective practice. All right. So any questions about last week's content before we move on? Anybody have some thoughts that may have came up? Or any questions overall?
Are we going to talk about Spanish language today too?
Spanish language?
Yeah, I was just thinking about because Dora and stuff, and like, you know, I think it's good for kids to learn all kinds of languages. So, you know,
I agree.
I'm wondering about that.
Yeah. I don't have the research in front of me, but I do know for sure that I remember reading back in my old college days, like 80 years ago, that when children learn multiple languages growing up, it really creates, you know, a better opportunity to learn language much more easily, and it improves academic success.
Yeah, because I really think they should, you know, start teaching like Spanish and things in schools now. You know, because it's like if you wait till you're my age, it's just way too hard to pick up another language.
That's right, that's right. And there's research that supports that language development early on really builds kids' opportunities to be able to see the world differently. It shapes their successes, again, academically, but it also creates opportunities for employment, career, opportunities as well. You can speak multiple languages, Spanish, maybe Swahili, Mandarin, and English. Yeah, that's the money languages. That's the money languages. But that doesn't mean at your age you can't learn. It might be a little bit more harder, but you can definitely still learn.
Right.
Yeah.
See, right there.
Yeah, see? There you go. And when you learn, you teach me. You teach all of us. Okay.
I'm in the game still. I got this.
So, early language and literacy is that I want to emphasize that in this week's lesson, being able to understand the value of exposing our children to learning language early is so important. Being able to talk to them, put as many words in front of them as possible, creating ways where we can just continuously have dialogue and conversation with them, regardless of what age. That's the piece that this lesson is really going to pull to alive, because we're building the foundations from them. From 0 to 3 years of age, we're building the foundations for them, their brains to really expand and grab as much language as possible, setting them up for success. And it doesn't matter what age you start, but we know from 0 to 3 years of age, that's that growth language. That's that growth age. And we remember we talked about a couple of weeks ago, the whole sparks, the whole fireworks that go off. And we know within that range, when language is developing, if we expose them to as much of our language as possible, we're creating some really good success for them. So we're going to get into that. So what I want you to take from today's lesson is this. Reading to your child, even at birth, is a critical component in setting the stage for academic success. Okay? The amount of vocabulary, the number of words, a child has by 3 years old is a significant predictor of later academic success. I'm going to read that one again. The amount of vocabulary a child has by 3 years of age is a significant predictor of later academic success. Okay? Now, we've also we could talk about this later, but there's people who do research on our children in 3rd and 4th grade to predict crime rates and crime exponential growth later on to determine and project what prison institutions that we want to fill. But we'll talk about that later. That has a connection to academics and education. All right?
Wait.
Oh, okay.
So what are you saying now? Like, because like they're taking 3rd graders to prison. Like,
no. No, but there was a research, and this was late in the 90s, but I've come across information where that research is very current even to this day, that some people look at when they research 3rd and 4th grade reading levels and math levels, they can use that as a predictor or indicator to crime rates and exposure to crime and incarceration 20 years later.
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, that's not fair because you don't really know if, like, the kids are going to start reading or not. So,
That's
like,
true.
you can't just say that they're not going to be able to read because in 3rd grade, because I didn't read that good in 3rd grade. You know, people can turn it around.
That's right. And the research proves that children are malleable, even regardless of what age that you try to expose them to, and really put some intentionality into their reading and literacy. But this is just previous old research that a lot of people still validate to this day, that they can predict. It doesn't mean it's 100% accurate, but they can predict incarceration rates and numbers based off of reading levels of young children at 3rd and 4th grade, particularly young boys.
That's just wrong. They
It
shouldn't
is.
even do that.
They shouldn't even do no research like that. So, but in the same way that research can be used on that end, is the same way that I'm saying that by 3 years of age, you can predict the later academic success of your child. And that's why we are going to be on top of it by exposing our children to as much literacy as possible. So one of the best ways to increase appropriate vocabulary with your child is to model the kinds of language you like to hear your children use. When parents use positive, polite language instead of critical statements and demands, children learn and use positive communication. So the amount of words we expose them to that is positive, affirming, and building them up, that's the type of words that they're going to use, and that's even the behavior that they take on is going to reflect that. Okay? All right. So we're going to move into an activity real quick. Y'all ready? I got 4 families here. They're ready. We're going to do this, okay? And we're going to live out some of the pieces that we've been learning. So I want this group. You're going to take this one. And, before we do this, can y'all pair up real quick? Yeah, not that back next. Yeah.
You want to be my
Can y'all
partner?
pair up? Yeah, get out. One.
As long as I don't have to move.
All right, so you take this bag, and you take this one. I want one parent to just reach in there and grab the script. Grab the script that's in there. Okay, so observe the script. One person is going to select being the child, and the other person is going to select being the parent. You choose. Go ahead, read over the script. One person be the child, one person be the parent.
Man, means I gotta read.
Yeah.
Oh.
You'll be fine. You're amongst family, so you'll be all right. Okay.
I'm not a reader, but okay.
All right. We'll just do the best you can.
All right.
Okay. So, who wants to go first? Okay, let's go. We'll go first.
I'm the child. This is my mom. Look, doggy, doggy.
That's a doggy.
Doggy.
Yes, that's a doggy, you're right. Now, okay, now move away from the window. Mommy just cleaned them.
Good job. Thank you. Next group.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
See, it's easy, ain't it?
Look, doggy, doggy.
Parent. Oh, you see a doggy? What's the doggy doing?
Doggy.
Is he barking like this? Woof, woof, woof. That dog sounds crazy, doesn't he? He's barking so loud. Woof, woof, woof. He's about to wake up the whole neighborhood. He's so loud he needs to be quiet. Whispering, woof, woof, woof.
Nice. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate that. So, what's the difference between the two interactions between the parents and the parent and the child? Between both scripts? What
We
do you
had to
see?
whisper.
You had to whisper in it? Yeah, there was a part where you had to whisper. Very true.
Theirs is way longer than ours. Yours took like a minute longer than ours.
This parent on here, was kind of dismissive. I mean, she answered the question, but she was like, yep, okay,
And just kind of
yeah.
drifting on.
We got things to do.
Didn't seem like to give as much time and attention to it. Okay. And what's the thing?
So, okay, I got a
You
question.
got a question?
So, my son sees a dog, right?
Mhm.
But he calls it a meow.
Mm.
And every time we see the dog, and then he'd be like, he'd be like, meow. And I'll be like, oh, you see the doggy, just like the parent does in here. And then he'd be like, yeah, meow.
Right.
So, like, well, how am I supposed to, what should I do?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Before I answer it, what do you think she should do with that? Her child sees it as a meow, but it's a dog? It's really a dog?
It's really a dog, big dog.
A big dog?
Big dogs that live next door. He loves to run. This is our scene. He loves to run, look, point out the window, and he'll say, meow, meow.
Maybe you could get a
But it's a
dog.
big dog.
Couldn't you get a dog so every day he could see the dog if you had a dog at the house?
Mm.
What does he say to cats? Like, is it all
He says
animals?
meow.
So
Yeah,
meows
all
are
that,
everything.
yeah, meow, yep.
Could you
Except
get,
So
for
what
cat,
should
he'll
she
say
do?
cat.
Yeah.
would you get like a book and with a bunch of different animals and practice a lot?
Oh.
Like,
See, that's how he learned how to say meow, because we were practicing dog and cat. So dog goes, which he will copy the sound, but then like everything he sees, a squirrel, a bird, even real cats, dogs, everything is meow. So you're like, oh yeah, you see the doggy? You just be like, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Anybody else had a thought on what she could possibly do?
How about like, do you have any movies like the Dog and the Hound? What's
Mhm.
that movie called?
Oh, I know what you're talking
Different,
about.
there's a lot of movies about dogs.
Yeah.
my kids used to do that with juice. They call water, milk, soda, anything juice. I need more juice, juice, juice. And so we had to, because they wanted it, we would make them say what they really wanted. Like, oh, that's not juice, that's milk. So like,
Yeah.
if you wanted to go see the doggy, you'd have to like maybe say like, you have to say doggy, dog. We're going over to see the dog. You're putting into
Okay.
practice or something.
Yeah, maybe like just don't let him pet the dog or, unless he says it the right way. So like,
Well, he ain't touching them.
Look at all the balls.
how old is your
So,
son?
He's what, 20 months?
You could get a picture of a cat and a picture of a dog, and then just practice with them.
That's a good idea.
like, what does the cat say, what does the dog say? Just have this, so that he can kind of make the association.
That's good, I'm gonna do that.
Because
Those are
you don't
some
want
really
him
good
going to kindergarten
suggestions.
calling a dog a cat.
Yeah,
you know.
calling it a meow, he
A
ain't
meow.
saying a cat, he calling it a meow, a bird, meow.
Excellent suggestions. Thank y'all parents so much. And that's a good question. And I think everybody put something on the table that definitely will help and support that. One of the things that I will contribute to it is that allow that to be an opportunity for exploration with them and learning. You know, give the more words to them, and you could just guide them if you want to understanding that that's a dog and it's a woof woof. But at his age, that's a learning piece. Because what he's doing is he's associating something that walks on all fours to something else that resembles walking on all fours. So I don't, at he's 1 year old, you said?
Yeah, he's 1.5.
I wouldn't even worry about it being a problem where you have to help him to see the difference between a cat and a dog, because that's going to come in the next year too. Trust that. Trust that. The big piece is that he sees something that is not like human-like
Yeah, he knows
and making
the
it an
difference,
association. That's already
'Cause
learned.
he likes to look, but he don't like to go too close.
Yeah, he don't go too close. So he's like, oh, that's a meow, but that
That's
meow is
it.
over there.
Yeah.
It's not over here, you know. And welcome that. So that'll be a great opportunity for you to say, yeah, that does look like a meow. Meow. And do the sound with the meow. And then walk it over and go, what if it's a woof, woof? And then give him the roar, you know, and just help him to see the, you know, but don't worry about it. He'll you know, pick it up the difference. Yeah. So thank you for that. Yeah, that's a great opportunity. I want everybody to, we're going to take this activity and connect it to a research graph that I got for y'all. I'm going to show y'all next one. While that's loading up, I forgot one last piece of that activity. I want you to now, we're going to fast forward to kindergarten based on the role play that y'all did. Pull out the other piece of paper that you have in there. Pull out the other piece of paper. Now, I want to start with this group because this group had the most words. And one of y'all, if y'all want to just read the report card of of your child who was in the previous group.
It says, my report card is deep. Although I hate to admit it, I was mama's baby. So for that reason alone, kindergarten was hard. Am I reading the right thing?
Yeah,
Keep going.
Oh, okay. I really missed my mom. My teacher was good though. There were so many activities to do that I would soon forget about my mom and get involved in what was going on in the classroom. If I really missed my mom, I would go and tell my friend and she would tell me about how she missed her mom too. My favorite part of the day was story time. I would get lost in the stories and felt encouraged to make up my own stories. My teachers noticed that about me and recommended me for the gifted and talented group. I caught on to reading early and by 3rd grade was reading way ahead of the other kids. My teacher suggested that my mom apply for financial aid and get me into a private school, which my mom did. The private school was strange at first, but looking back, it has given me a lot of opportunities. I was part of really interesting summer enrichment programs, joined band, and joined different school clubs. In high school, I joined the paper and covered sports stories. I had a lot of help applying for college and got a sports and academic scholarship to college. All this is crazy because moms didn't have much money, but she did have her words and encouragement. All that talking shaped me to be a strong thinker and express myself in ways that allowed me to stand out from the crowd. They say talk is cheap, but that talking gets mama invested into me turns out to be priceless.
Awesome. Thank you. Next family want to read their child's fast forward in kindergarten?
Let me tell you about my report card. Excuse me. Kindergarten wasn't such a great year for me. It was hard for me to adjust to all the new things we had to do at school. At times I felt worried or frustrated, but at that age I really didn't have the words to tell my teacher exactly what the problem was. When my teacher read a book about zebras, I didn't really know what she was talking about, and I didn't want to ask because I just wasn't comfortable asking questions. Needless to say, I was bored. I wasn't a bad kid, just a frustrated kid at times. But I guess my teacher didn't appreciate my attempts to amuse myself, and she separated me from the group a lot. By third grade, I really didn't feel good about my reading skills. I had to have extra help and to keep it real, I felt ashamed about that. I hated the speaking projects and written reports that I had to do. School eventually became a place just to connect with my friends, but honestly, we were better off kicking it outside of school instead of at school. School wasn't a place to succeed anyway.
That's a lot for a kindergarten. Now,
I know, right?
what ended up happening between kindergartner A and kindergartner B based on the script?
That child had a parent that expanded on responses, responded to the child consistently and expanded on the responses, where this mom kind of used short, brief, to the point responses and was kind of dismissive, but this parent was more engaging.
Precisely. And how did that show up in kindergarten?
That like when this child felt like he missed his mom, he just talked with another friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he was able to communicate that with his friend, and they were both able to talk with each other about how they missed their moms when they were in school.
That's right. Good input. Anybody else want to add to that?
This child, when in kindergarten, decided that they didn't, or they knew that they didn't have the skills to communicate, so they turned to behavior, like sounded like they were acting out or doing something they get sort of separated from the class. So they weren't even, it seems like didn't have even opportunities to build those skills because they were already being sort of, removed.
Yeah, I know sometimes like kids do act out a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They don't like, know if they don't have the skills, then they do act out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that tells us that the speaking and communication skills provides what for our child in terms of behavior?
Like they'll kind of know how to use different type of words, and they'll have bigger words.
Mm-hmm. Also, when it comes to their emotions, which we'll talk about later on in about 2 weeks, they could do what with their emotions? Describe what?
They can express their
emotions and how they feel.
without acting out. They
That's
can
right.
say it.
Like in her story, the friends could talk to each other instead of both like sitting in the corner crying or whatever, just not being able to express it.
Couldn't you just go ahead? I'm sorry. No, you're good.
This child, probably doesn't even realize in kindergarten, like, how he missed that foundation. He's like, oh, it's maybe because my mom didn't talk to me more. So kids that don't really have the words to express themselves, it usually comes out in their behavior. And so where that child has kind of been set up to succeed, I don't want to say this child's been set up to fail, but hasn't really been set up to have a good start.
That's right. That's right. So we're even seeing that language plays a deep role even in how a child can be able to connect with other students, be able to identify their own emotions, as well as have a good quality experience in the classroom. In kindergarten, this child was afraid, and in his mind, I'm having a contemplative moment right now with my lymphatic system is kind of out of control and I feel nervous, and he could communicate that to his friends, and then with those words, just he got the words to be able to explain that he's nervous, that he's scared, and just by being able to just sit and talk with a friend and have that exchange, he was able to calm down and focus on the activity. So language plays a big piece in a child being able to be successful later on in school. So let's look at our graph real quick. Children's vocabulary differs greatly. Now, on this x-axis, right down here, this is I'm sorry.
Cumulative vocabulary.
Yeah, cumulative amount of words that the child gets. This is the amount of words that the child gets. And down here, in the y-axis, is the age in months. Okay, so starting right here, you got 10 months, 12 months, 14 months, 16 months. Now,
Why ask what now? What?
okay, so no, that's probably a little confusing. So on this side, this is the cumulative words, frequency of words that they hear. Down here, This is the age of the child progressing, but in months. So not years, we're calculating in months. So from 10 months to 36 months, 0 to 3 years of age.
So that's how old they are. And
This
then
is
the
how
other
old they
side
are.
is like the cute what
This is how many words that they're exposed to at this particular time.
oh.
Okay? So we're going to look at basically 3 different children. Okay? 3 different children. From this graph, what do we see with here, right here? What do you think is happening with this?
Talking more.
Mm-hmm. Say it again?
Oh, okay, it says, okay, yep. Parents who talk to their children at a high frequency.
Yes.
That means that the children whose parents is talking to them is speaking more words by the time they hit 36 months, which
That's
is
right.
what, 3 years old?
3 years old, yeah. So by then, and they have about how many words right up here at 3?
About, oh, let's see, hold on, what's the number? About 1,100 words.
About 1,200.
Oh.
Yeah, about 1,200.
Little tiny.
Say that again?
She was drawing a space in between, I think,
Oh,
because the dotted
okay.
line is like right in the middle.
I see, I see. And then what are we seeing with the trajectory of this child right here? What are we seeing right here? By 36 months,
They're only at like 600 maybe?
about
What is it,
600,
500?
yeah, roughly a little bit
That's
under
like
600.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
that.
it's about half. So we, at 3 years of age, we're already seeing a large gap between
Well, wait a minute, what about that middle person?
that middle person, yeah. So we know that if between here, if we talk to our child in moderate frequencies, you know, that's the, and we didn't get to that particular script, but that's the parent who, yeah, recognized that's the dog and it says a woof woof, but had less words to say than the other child. We know that that moderate frequency of exposure will average probably within the 800 words by the time the child, the 800 words that that child has been exposed to by the time they are 3 years of age.
Wait, hold on.
Yes.
So what you just said is what they're exposed to. So at 10 months, they're exposed to 0 words? Nobody talks to those kids?
Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I was correct myself. How many words that they have by then, I'm sorry. Thank you, Alicia. How many words that they will have in their diction by that time. So by the time they is 0 months, they have something. But by the time they're 3 years of age, they roughly have about 800 words in their vocabulary versus this high frequency parent. And their child has about, by 3 years of age, 1,200 words. But this parent who, very, you know, talk to their child but in very low frequency has only roughly just a little bit under 600 words.
Well, what about my child, because we're really quiet, we don't talk a lot.
You don't talk a lot?
My family's quiet.
Yes.
He
And,
likes to watch TV.
You tell me. What
Tell
about
you
your
what,
child? Does your child talk often to you? Ask questions to you?
Nope,
No?
he just wants to watch his cartoons.
Someone just got to.
Well, you know, cartoons, like, he's getting a lot of words from the cartoons.
That's what I said.
Is he using them?
Is he, the question is, that's right, is he using the words?
He'll ask for what he needs, but he's quiet too, like us. He just likes to watch cartoons.
Okay.
And then I don't gotta do nothing, just feed him, let him watch his
I mean,
cartoons.
how old is he?
He's 3.
Oh,
Okay. So, one of the things that we don't want to confuse is TV being able to, and media being able, and technology being able, because we can use technology to expand on learning, but technology can't come in the place of teaching our child. And you're his first teacher. So, what you do with them and the words that you expose them to is a whole lot differently than what the TV can expose to them.
But there's all talk in this word, so
Yeah.
it
Right, so if
doesn't
he's hearing the
matter.
words, he's hearing the words.
Yeah, in the same way, it's kind of like that, but then again, it's not. Okay, it's not. And that's one of the pieces that I'm going to probably come back to you and be able to explore more with you, because there's something about having that human interaction, being able to read to your child like y'all have been learning, lessons learned, and then building on that, that brings literacy alive. It's a little different than listening to the TV and kind of absorbing it that way. Your child might end up going to kindergarten and be able to quote everything from the Ninja Turtles, but can't process certain things that literacy develops, you know, when a parent actually builds that language piece with them. Okay, so I'm gonna talk to you more about that. I got to do a little research in that and make sure I got my facts straight on why it's important for us to build language and not allow the TV to build the language with them. But having that interaction, the TV can't supplement. It will never supplement enough words to your child than you having that interaction with them all day. Because if that child will have to sit in front of the TV at least 9-10 hours to get as much words that you can possibly give them in 2 or 3 hours. I don't know, but that interaction is more meaningful than the TV. Okay. Time. Stop.
I'm hesitant to stop you because you're doing such a nice job, but we have to move on to the next person.
Oh man! Can I get 5 more minutes?
You can.
Okay.
If you want
Okay.
to.
I'm gonna fast forward.
I was like, I don't want
Okay.
to stop you because it's going really well, but I want to make sure everybody else
Let me
gets
fast
their
forward.
space, so.
Okay.
We can fast forward 40 minutes apiece today, so. Yeah.
So why are you gonna make those after something really quick?
Okay. So I'm gonna fast forward.
It's okay. We have the break. We'll take a break when you're done.
All right. Can I pick my bit?
Yeah.
All
That's
right,
right.
Stop this.
Sorry.
That's okay. Okay. So. The reason why I want to fast forward and do one more thing because this part in the strategies piece that I do want to try to model because I don't know how to get to that part yet with the content. So,
Awesome.
with
This
the
is the
fast
place
forward.
to do
Okay. All right. So we're gonna do a quick activity real quick, and I want everyone to just pick one book. One book.
I want the elephant one.
You want the elephant? You already see one you want. Okay.
I like elephant.
Yeah, you like elephants? Okay. You want to see?
I'm not no good reader
No?
though. Are we
Okay.
gonna read?
Well, you're gonna scan through it, and you're gonna just read one page.
Okay.
One page. Okay. Take 1 minute to just kind of look through the book, scan through the pages, observe the words, the lettering. Okay, so can we time real quick, everybody. Let's pretend that we did go through the care piece. This was before this activity, so
Okay.
pretend we know the care is connecting. The A is I'm sorry, we're having a quick blank real quick. The A is ask open-ended questions. R is a response, and the E is expanding. Bring more to it. Okay.
What's the C?
The C is connecting, making that connection. Yeah, commenting and connecting. All right. Okay, so timing. So parents, I want you to just pair up real quick, and we're just gonna model 1 or 2 pages to each other. So let's stay in the same groups, and we're gonna rotate real quick. One parent is gonna be the child, and let's say you're about 3 years of age. Okay, so you can actually sit still for more than 48 seconds. Okay, and the other parent, you just play your regular parent role, and you're just gonna take 2 care strategies. Just 2, whether it's connecting, whether it's asking open-ended questions, or you're responding to your child, or you're expanding on something that they said. And just model that for each other for like 1 minute. So who wants to go first? Oh, no, you know what? Just go ahead.
Wait,
Take.
what?
So we're supposed to do it so we're each the parent, or?
Yeah, so one, just like how y'all was, there was a child and then there was a parent, there was a child and a parent. But this time you're gonna rotate after a minute, okay?
We're gonna read the book?
Yeah, you're just 1 or 2 pages, 1 or 2 pages, okay?
So you wanna be the player?
There.
But when I say capering cow, then don't
tree.
you
A tree, a bridge.
What is capering
You know what that
mean?
is?
You know, mommy doesn't know. Look it up.
You should get a dictionary and look up capering. Looks like he's dancing. He's just
And the
moving.
word says,
Yeah.
A told
Yeah.
B
And
and
don't
B
be
told
joking, it's
C.
not big things.
I'll meet you at the top
Wow.
of the coconut tree.
All together now. Wow, what do you think?
Okay, time, now, rotate.
Okay, now we're
Switch.
All right, now I'm
Switch.
All right.
So we're gonna
Rule
read a
number
book
2
about
is don't
Wait,
eat like a
wait.
called I Love My
Look at
Mama.
that. What is that? That's a horse.
I
It's a
love
brown
my mama.
horse. And the horse is saying, she has a clue. The child's got no manners. Was she born in a
What
zoo?
is that?
Have you ever been to a zoo before?
Elephant.
Zoos are where lots of
That's a
different
baby
animals live. Sometimes
That's a
they're fun
baby
to go
elephant.
to.
We saw it.
Yeah, we should go to the zoo. Now that it's getting nice out, we can
Yeah.
go to the zoo.
The pale
It's free at home.
sun.
It's true,
rises.
said the cow. She is horribly rude, but that doesn't
I
mean
love
she can't be
my
improved.
mama on
We can
days
teach
like
her the
this.
rules. I'm sure we can save her from a life of bad manners and ghastly
What's
behavior.
that?
Okay, stop. All right.
Good.
That's an elephant.
Elephant. Now, we're going to call this ice cream, and since Alicia hate olives, we're going to call it olives, okay? So what was the ice cream moment about this experience? What did you like?
Just the interaction.
Just the interaction? Felt good?
Fun to read.
It's fun to read to them. That was sweet, having that moment with your child looking at you with black eyes. I love my mommy. Okay. Anybody else? What was the ice cream moment?
I just really like the book.
Yeah, the book just stood out to you.
Yeah, it was nice.
And you're gonna have a child that's just gonna, one book is gonna, they gonna love it. No, can we read that one again, mommy? You're gonna like, no, let's try something else. What are you gonna do when that comes up?
Throw the book away.
No. No. It will get monotonous like that, but you read that book the exact same way that you've been reading it for the last 3 years with them, and just keep doing it. What else? What was ice cream? What else? You know, Alicia, Ayo, you want to share your ice cream?
My book has funny pictures, so
Uh-huh.
right away we liked what you're looking at. Like, well, what is that?
Mhm.
Of course, it was fun to like just explore it.
That's right. And you will have to practice your horse voices and your goat, so be prepared to bring that goat alive.
Just made me remember a dream that I had.
We don't got Ayo, come on now. I'm in my mode right now. Ayo, come on, don't mess. Come on, Ayo. What was your olive moment? What was your olives moment?
Oh my God.
What was your
That's
olives moment?
hilarious. Like wanting to read the book through, and it feels like it's a little too slow.
Yeah, so you just felt like the pace was okay, right? What do y'all think? You know, when it comes to our children, do we have to speed up? Do we have to slow down?
Yeah, you want to get through the book?
You think so?
Yeah. I tried to read to my child starting on this page, and right away she turned it back to
Mhm,
this page,
mhm.
and I just let her go back there.
That's right.
And that was nice.
Yeah, because you liked it that page, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah, because you know, kids do that all the time when you read to them and you're trying to get through the book so you can say, okay, we read a book, and they're like, no, but wait,
Yeah.
and they want to go back what you already read, or they want to move forward to
That's
what
right.
you haven't read,
That's
and
right.
And you're
you
trying
gotta go
to
with it.
get all the words in, you know?
Yeah.
Like you were saying, all these words. So, you know, you can't really get a lot of words in if you're stuck on a page.
Well, here's what, just like we saw in the video, let's imagine we saw the video. It's not about getting through the whole book. It's about them experiencing the book with you. It's about you being able to expand on even the 2 pages out of the 15 that you got to the books, being
But I
able to
really want my
respond to
baby
them.
to hear a lot of different vocabulary words.
And they will with you expanding. And we're talking about 0 to 3 years of age. So as they get a little older, they'll be able to sit longer. They're going to interact and really get into the book more. And trust me, they're going to want to know what's on the next few pages. Okay? So early on, don't worry about trying to knock out, oh, we read that book, now we're going to go to another book. Just bring the book alive for them and make sure that they have a really good
What do
experience.
you do if you don't? Both of our books had big words in them that we didn't know how to explain to our kids. Like my book has ghastly,
Mm-hmm.
and her book had capering. I
Mhm.
don't remember.
Capering.
Yeah.
Tapering. So you, at that moment, you just pretend you know what that word before is, and then when they go to sleep, they'll look up that word. And it'll be good for you to just review your books before, you know, you sit down and read with them. But just pretend, make up a word real quickly, and then review the word, and then tomorrow, you know, go back to the book and highlight that word again. And they might tell you, no, you said that word, it was this. And you know, I just correct them. Mommy was wrong. Daddy was wrong, you know, and then we
Minnie
correct
said,
ourselves.
I thought she did a really cool thing. She said, Mommy doesn't know, let's look it up together.
That's a good idea. So that might be a good learning opportunity for both of y'all right at that moment. You don't have to try to have a dictionary on. Don't pull out the phone because then they're going to get used to like, well, let's look it up on Google, Mom. No, let's go to another book and figure out what that means. You don't have a dictionary? I'll get you a dictionary.
On my phone.
On the phone. All right, time.
All right,
Okay.
good job.
Thank you.
Do you feel good about this?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Make sure you guys are getting everyone on. All right, who wants to go next?
I could go next. In a dream.
Okay. Tell me about your dream, Mama.
I don't
Real
like. All
quick.
I remember is for like it had something. We didn't see the horses, but I had to make a horse sound. Like
So
something
I
like
was
a horse
doing this
sound.
in this week
And I had made like a real like horse sound. And in the dream, I remember walking away like, damn, that was good.
The strategy to support positive behavior, we can.
This is what happens. So we've been
It was
working
so
to update
random.
them,
I
and so
would've-
we have a template
I would have
that
never
probably
remembered
just
that.
keeps repeating. So my bet is that when they made week 10,
was so
they took the
random.
week
Wow.
9 out and gutted it, and then this didn't get
Wow.
changed, and that didn't get changed, like on
Okay.
accident. So it is
All
week
right.
10, but I'm
So
glad
worry
you
about
highlighted
it.
it. Yeah, that's
Okay.
why we didn't give
I
you
was
the
like, what's
ones
going on?
bound because they have to be cleaned up a little bit more.
Okay,
and fun.
all right.
Yeah, I'm sorry
Okay,
about
no,
that. I'm
it's
glad that.
And then I just want to tell you for my section, for the last video of the
know.
positive therapy dilemma, I want to.
Put those up?
Yeah, stop them.
Okay, sure, that's fine. Out there, I'll just, yeah.